Welcome back for day 2 of the second round of the MaxTech Two-Wheel Drive Rally Championship, the New England Forest Rally. Today starts out with the turnaround stage out west of the host city of Bethel, Maine. The final 4 stages are held further north and are a combination of roads used in varying ways for each stage. Chris Duplessis finished yesterday in second place, just 2 seconds up on Dylan Van Wey. The 0-60 magazine sponsored Scion XB is fairly underpowered compared to some of the competition, but Chris makes up for it by seldomly letting off the throttle. Let's ride along with Chris on the first stage of the day and see just what it takes to push a car like the Scion to the top. So after the first 2 stages, Lachlan O'Sullivan has over a 2-minute lead, and with only 4 stages to go, he is fairly secure in first place. Dylan Van Wey has reclaimed second place, but with just over 30 seconds separating him from Josh Wimpy, Chris Duplessis, and Eric Burmeister, Dylan cannot let off now. All 4 drivers are certain to be at maximum attack these last 4 stages. Matt Bashore has fallen off the leaderboard after losing a wheel and rupturing his fuel tank on the previous leg, forcing him to retire. Benefiting from his retirement is Bill Caswell and Paul Donlin in their BMW. 6th, 7th, and 8th place all seem pretty secure with nearly a minute between them all, but all it takes is one mistake at the top for any of these drivers to move up. Let's get on with the final 4 stages now and see how the drivers do. Dylan Van Wey and Ben Slocum were off to a good start on stage 9. About 5 miles into the stage, however, the engine started intermittently dying. They were able to complete the stage, but withdrew after the finish in order to prevent any catastrophic damage. Bill Caswell and Paul Donlin in the BMW 3 Series were also off to a good start. They had managed to climb into the top 8 before having a major off and hitting a rather large tree. They are now out of the event and left contemplating what could have been while they wait for a tow truck to come rescue the car. Direct beneficiary of their problems above was Simon Wright and Marcel Kiaska, who now climb into 8th place after 3 of the 4 stages. A broken motor mount slowed them yesterday, but they've remained consistent and have been rewarded and are now comfortably sitting in 8th place. Kevin Turner and Robert Sokolexis in the front-wheel drive Subaru Impreza also have benefited by moving into 7th place. Kevin too has run a solid rally, and despite intermittent engine misfires, he's pretty secure in 7th place. Moving up into 6th place is Justin Carvin and Jeff Clark in the grease-powered Volkswagen Rabbit GTI. This is the only alternative fuel vehicle in the rally, running off of straight vegetable oil using a kit produced by Justin's company, GreaseCar.com. Justin has been hanging out just outside of the money positions all weekend and is perfectly poised to capitalize on any mistakes from the top 5. Sitting in the first paying position is 5th place Greg Healy and Brian Johnson in the Datsun 280Z. The Datsun is a crowd favorite and currently the highest placed rear-wheel drive car. His driving has been stellar all weekend, and if he can keep it up, he'll take home $500 cash for his efforts. Eric Burmeister and Dave Schindel have been bouncing around between 2nd place and 5th place all weekend. The 2008 MaxTech champion heads into the final stage just 4.2 seconds behind the Volkswagen of Josh and Jeremy Wimpy. Eric took all of last year off from competing in order to promote the series, but is back this year. The Mazda is one of the most entertaining cars out there, and they've been putting on a show all weekend. Josh and Jeremy Wimpy had some problems on day 1. First stuck behind an all-wheel drive car, then a flat tire, but they've managed to overcome these issues and climb back up into 3rd place. With only 3.5 seconds between them and Chris Duplessis in the Scion in 2nd place, Josh and Jeremy are guaranteed to be charging at 100% through the final stage, not only trying to claim 2nd place, but also protect against the charging Mazda behind them. Chris Duplessis and Catherine Woods are really coming to terms with the Scion XB. They've climbed back into 2nd place, but with so many drivers behind waiting to take advantage of any mistake, Chris could not afford to let up at any point in the final stage of the day. Lachlan O'Sullivan and Karen Wagner have shown time and time again that they're one of the fastest teams in North America. They've done it again here in New England and have almost a 4-minute lead going into the final stage. All they really have to do now is get to the finish and they'll be taking home yet another MaxTech win and the $1,500 in cash that comes with it. So just a quick look at the standings after 11 stages, totaling over 1.5 hours of competitive driving. Lachlan is pretty secure in first place. The real excitement is in the battle for second place. I can't think of any rally that's had this close of a battle. Less than 8 seconds between the 3 drivers fighting for second, and any of the 3 are easily able to take home the second place trophy and $1,200 that come with it. On the way into this final stage, Josh was 11 seconds faster than Chris. If he can repeat that performance, he will take second place. Chris Duplessis was first to complete the final stage, setting a time of 9 minutes 41 seconds flat. Chris will be anxious to see what the others can do. Josh Wimpy is next on stage. Let's go on board with Josh and watch as he attacks the stage. Josh needs to set a time faster than 9:37.5 in order to surpass Chris Duplessis in second place. Doesn't look like he's going to make it. He's 2 seconds slower than Chris through that stage. Now he just has to hope that Eric Burmeister doesn't surpass him for third place. Eric Burmeister and Dave Schindler are on the start of this final stage. And he's off. Eric only needs to run a 9:40.8 to climb into third place and surpass the Wimpies. He's absolutely driving ditch to ditch and using the whole road. Here we are coming towards the finish. He's flat out, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Nope, he's a few seconds short. That means he'll stay in fourth place and the standings will hold. Wow, what amazing competition.
Hey!
Lachlan, third time Max Attack, third time first place. How was the last 2 stages?
Safe, but fun. We had a lot of fun. The last 2 stages there were some rough spots in there, so we just didn't push it. Knowing what we had, it was stupid to do anything stupid. And yeah, I had a great time out there. It was fun. A lot of people out there, so you had to do something to make the crowds hopefully cheer. But yeah, I mean, came here, got a top 10, and we got the Max Attack. It was beautiful.
Chris, so you managed to hold off the Charging Wimpies behind, second place. How'd everything go?
It was awesome. I mean, I've never driven so hard on a stage. I mean, you could almost feel them behind us trying to catch us, reel us in, but we were able to hold them off. And like I said, I've never driven so hard. It was awesome.
So after 100 competitive miles, Lachlan O'Sullivan once again shows that he's the man to beat with his third Max Attack win and his third Max Attack event. The battles behind him, though, are getting more intense with every event. Chris Duplessis manages to hold on to second place by mere seconds over third place Josh Wimpy and fourth place Eric Burmeister. Be sure to join us again on October 15th and 16th at the Lake Superior Pro Rally. This is the final shootout event. Its top 2-wheel drive teams from the West Coast, Central Region, and East Coast will meet to battle on some of the most classic stages in the United States. It's sure to be an event full of excitement and some amazingly close competition. Currently, Lachlan O'Sullivan and Dylan Van Way are tied for first in the series going into Lake Superior. However, with a higher points payout at the final shootout event, any of the top drivers could come home with the coveted Jake Himes Cup, more cash, and a 1-year subscription to the wine club from the title sponsor MaxTech, the Donza del Sol Winery. Keep up to date on all MaxTech happenings, including driver blogs, more videos, interviews, and results at www.max-attack.com. Until October, this has been Grant Hughes with No Coast Productions.